Hello students. So today we will be discussing another topic of the chapter water. We all know the water, this is a chapter, it belongs to chemistry. Okay. So what we are going to learn today, basically we will be learning about groundwater, that is we will be learning about the concept on water table, and then we will be learning on the factors affecting the depletion of water table. So let's get started. Now all of you know about wells, tube wells, hand pumps and all. I hope all of you have seen. Okay, so a large number of people, they draw water from wells, tube wells and hand pumps. Okay, so you can say these wells, tube wells and hand pumps, they are the sources of water, isn't it? Now a question can arise that from where do these sources get water? Okay, sources means over here the wells, tube wells and hand pumps. Okay, what will be the answer? The answer is they get it from the water present below the surface of the earth. Okay, and that is called what? That is called groundwater. Actually, it is an underground water. Okay, so what we can say, like if we dig a hole in the ground, what we will find? We will find that after a certain depth, the soil which comes out of the hole, it is moist. Okay, now the moisture in the dug up soil, it indicates what? It indicates the presence of water under the ground, right? Now if you continue digging further, okay, then you will reach a depth in the ground where all the spaces between the particles of the soil, gaps between the rocks and pores in the permeable rock, they are filled with water. Okay, so this is the depth where the underground water starts. Okay, so what is water table? The upper level of water under the ground which occupies all the spaces in the rocks and soils is called what? Is called water table. Okay, so in other way we can say the upper level of groundwater below the surface of the earth, it is called what? Water table. Okay, this water table, it represents a depth in the ground below where the soils and rocks are completely filled with water. Okay, now this water table, it varies from place to place. Okay, and sometimes it can change at a given place. Now for example, at some places what you will find water table may be at a depth of less than a meter. Okay, whereas at other places you will find the water table, they may be several meters below the ground. Okay, especially in the dry areas. Okay, now how deep we have to dig onto the ground to obtain water table, it depends upon the water table at that place. Now if the water table at a particular place is high, then we have to dig less into the ground to obtain the groundwater. Okay, on the other hand, if the water table at a place is low, then we will have to dig a very deep into the ground to obtain the groundwater. Okay, now the rising and falling of this water table, it depends upon the amount of rainwater which seeps into the ground, as because what? The rainwater, it recharges the groundwater. Okay, and how much the groundwater, it is drawn out for the purpose of irrigation and industry. Right, now if there are more and more rainfall, then more rainwater, it seeps into the ground and water table rises, right? And if the excess amount of groundwater, it is withdrawn for irrigation and industries, then the water table, it falls. Right, now the water table found water found below the water table, it is called what? It is called groundwater. Okay, now this water, it is held in soil and pores of permeable rocks under the ground. Right, now the main source of groundwater is what? It is rain. Okay, now this rainwater and the water from other sources such as you can say rivers, lakes, ponds, okay, they seep through the ground and it fills the empty spaces between the soil and the rocks below the earth. Right, now the water, it keeps on seeping deeper and deeper into the ground through the soil and permeable rocks until it reaches an impermeable rock. Okay, so what you can say water, it starts collecting above the impermeable rock and fills the soil and permeable rocks completely with water up to the level which is known as what? It is known as water table. Now the very important thing comes, that is aquifer. What is aquifer? The underground layer of soil and permeable rocks in which water collects under the ground is called what? Is called aquifer. Okay, now this aquifer, it is not a kind of underground pool of water. What is aquifer? In aquifer, water, it is held between the particles of soil and in the cracks and pores in it. Okay, so we can say the aquifer, it is the water bearing layer of the earth. Okay, and the top of the aquifer, it is referred to as what? It is referred to as water table, right? So aquifer, it stores and provides the groundwater. Okay, water from aquifer, it can be pumped out with the help of tube wells and hand pumps, or it can be drawn out through the wells. The rainwater which seeps into the ground ultimately reaches the aquifer and it gets stored over there, right? Now when it rains, then what happens? The rainwater, it seeps into the ground and groundwater is recharged. Okay, now if we keep on drawing more and more groundwater for various purposes, then can be recharged by rains, then the water table, it will go on falling. Okay, now the water table will get deeper and deeper under the ground. Okay, if this happens, then many of the wells, tube wells and hand pumps, it will dry up. Okay, so here you can see in this picture, here you can see this is a surface. Okay, this is a soil surface. Okay, just below here you can see porous rock or rock soil which is not saturated with groundwater. Okay, next the layer is what? Porous rock saturated with underground water. Okay, and over here you can see the layer of the well. Okay, now this is known as what? This is known as the water table. Okay, that is the surface, right? And below is what? Below is the impermeable rock. Okay, through which the water, it cannot penetrate, right? Now the next important topic is depletion of water table. Okay, depletion of water table. Now the water which we draw from under the ground for various purposes, what happens? It gets replenished naturally by the seepage of rainwater. Okay, now the water table at a particular place, it does not get affected, okay, as long as we draw much groundwater, as it is replenished by natural processes. Okay, now some of the factors, okay, that affect the water table, okay, at a place that makes go down are, okay, many points are there. I'll discuss one by one in detail. Number one is the increase in population. Now what happens? Like the increasing population, it needs more and water for its day-to-day activities, isn't it? Now what happens? As the population is increasing, so therefore more houses, shops, offices, schools, industries, roads, pavements, etc., they need to be constructed. Okay, and what happens? A huge amount of water, it is required for the construction work. Okay, and this underground water, it is generally used for construction work. Okay, now what happens? When more and more houses, shops, then schools, colleges, universities are constructed, then what happens? The open spaces like parks, playgrounds having unpaved ground for the seepage of rainwater into grounds are reduced. Okay, so what happens? This decreases the seepage of rainwater into the ground. So we can say that due to the increasing population, on one hand we are consuming more groundwater, and on the other hand we are allowing less rainwater to seep into the ground. Okay, and this leads to the major factor in depletion of water table. Number two is increasing industries. Now industries produces a large number of various types of things which we use in our everyday life. Okay, now what happens? Almost everything that is made in industries, it needs water at some stage during its production process. Now due to this, what happens? Water, it is used by all the industries. Now as the population is increasing, the demand for various industrial goods is increasing, and hence the number of industries is also increasing continuously, right? So water used by most of the industries, it is drawn out from the ground. Okay, so this also results in the depletion of water table. Next is what? Next is the agricultural and industrial activities. Okay, now the growing of various crops in agriculture, it requires a lots of water for irrigation, right? Now in India, a majority of farmers, it depends on rain for irrigating their crops. Okay, now irrigation systems such as you can say reservoirs, dams, canals exist in some places, but these irrigation systems usually get their water supply from rains. Okay, so at times of erratic rainfall or scanty rainfall, what happens? The farmers, they have to use groundwater for irrigation of their crops. Okay, and as more and more food has to be grown for the increasing population, the use of groundwater for agriculture, it is increasing day by day. Okay, thus it leads to the depletion of water table. Okay, next factor is what? Scanty rainfall. Now insufficient rainfall, that is called what? That is called scanty rainfall. Okay, now sometimes there is scanty rainfall during the rainy season. Okay, now since there is less rainfall, so less rainwater seeps into the ground. Okay, so in such situation, many more groundwater it is drawn out by the people for various purposes, and it gets replenished by rainfall. Okay, and this results in the depletion of water table. Next factor is the deforestation. Now the cutting down of trees and plants from the forest for various purposes is called what? Is called deforestation. Now what we know that forests, it helps in bringing the rain, okay, by putting what? A lot of water vapor into air through transpiration. Okay, so we can say the lesser number of trees and plants in the forest, they will bring less rainfall. Okay, the trees and plants of forest also help in the seepage of rainwater into the ground. Okay, so if there are lesser number of trees and plants in the forest, so less rainwater will seep into the ground. So deforestation, it leads to lesser rainfall as well as lesser seepage of rainwater into the ground. Okay, and thus it depletes the water table. Okay, next one is decrease in effective area for seepage of rainwater. Okay, now due to increasing urbanization and industrialization, more and more space is being covered by houses, other buildings, roads and pavements. Okay, and the open spaces, okay, having unpaved grounds are getting reduced day by day. Okay, so it is this unpaved ground which is letting the rainwater seep into the ground and recharge the water table. Okay, so since the effective area for seepage of rainwater in urban area is decreasing day by day, so therefore less and less rainwater seeps into the ground, and thus this also leads to the depletion of water table. Okay, so in our next class we will be discussing about mismanagement of water and how we can properly manage the water. Okay, so this is all about you today. Thank you everyone.